One take. Good afternoon, I'm Richard Hatch. This is Blue Heaven Restaurant in Key West, Florida. It's a lovely May afternoon, May 24th, 2010. Today we're going to talk about making our best dessert, key lime pie. Right here we have our average grocery store variety lime. Here we have a key lime pie. It may be much smaller, but it packs some good juice. It's all about the good juice. Right over here, which happens to be our key lime pie delivery vehicle, you can see one of our finished products, our famous key lime pie. And look at that meringue. Pretty tasty. We're going to talk about how we get from this to that. Hey, I'm Richard Hatch, owner of Blue Heaven in Key West, Florida. I was born on the Bay in Miami, and I grew up in North Carolina. Spent a couple years abroad, went back to the Carolinas. My dog died, so I got my convertible and my boat, and I came down to Key West about 25 years ago. I had a job working for the newspaper, following everything, crime, stories about characters in Key West. And then about 19 years ago, we ran into this place, Blue Heaven, opened up a restaurant. We have a lovely outdoor seating area here at the Gumbo Limbo Tree. This very courtyard here is where Hemingway used to referee boxing matches back in the 1930s. They had cockfighting here. Upstairs, the old bordello. People could rent rooms for short times. Today, this whole outdoor courtyard, it's paved with Baltimore block and slate pool tabletops. And today it's a bustling restaurant, good food and fabulous pies made from our little key lime. And that's what we're going to do today is make a key lime pie. Step one in making the key lime pie is to squeeze our limes. So we cut our limes in half. Here we have the old-fashioned way. I have several people that squeeze the limes. These things are way juicier than this. Let's put one of these grocery store variety limes in. A little bit of lime comes out. Now, I do have a electric lime juicer that they use in the back of my restaurant where they squeeze limes every day. We probably squeeze, a full case of limes on a daily basis. That's step number one, squeezing the limes. Okay, now we're going to make the inside of the key lime pie. We're going to separate our eggs. Now last week, Blue Heaven, we sold 175 slices of key lime pie. Means we had 175 happy people. Actually, 175 times 3 or 4 because they're big pieces of pie and a lot of people enjoy them. We're going to separate our eggs. We're going to save the egg whites for our meringue. This is being a little difficult here. There we go. And meringue is going to be beautiful. Nice, tall, kind of Mount Fujiyama type of meringue. There we go with our egg. Okay, and that's the next step in making our key lime pie. Okay, now in our bowl over here we have our egg yolks. Then we put in Borden Eagle brand, the sweetened condensed milk. Now our recipe for key lime pie is a classic recipe. My mom Betty, famous for her banana bread, she made lemon meringue pies when I was a kid. It's the same recipe. It's egg yolks and sweetened condensed milk and the lime juice, which make up the middle of the pie. That gets, the congealed. The top, she saves her egg whites, which we put a little sugar in the egg whites and some cream of tartar, and then we whip them to just the right consistency. Not too much, not enough. And then it goes in the oven. We cook it till the peaks of the key lime pie, the peaks of the meringue are a nice toasty brown. And they come out of the oven. We set them over here on an angle. They get a little juice out of them. And then that evening, we serve key lime pie to our guests at Blue Heaven and to our other restaurant, Salute on the Beach. Delicious, homemade key lime pie right here in the Blue Heaven Bakery. Thank you. This is our rooster cemetery, famous fighting roosters, cats, and old Elmer's buried right here in our rooster graveyard. The old Elmer, he was our night watchman. He died a few years ago of too much alcohol, too much beer. His ashes are in the rooster graveyard. Right here you can see our beer bathtub where we keep our cold beer. We had to put 5 locks on this bathtub to keep Elmer from sneaking in the middle of the night, sticking his hand in and stealing Budweisers out of the bathtub. So Elmer, bless your heart. Diana, I know you wanted us to ship you key lime pie. It's pretty fragile. I mean, it gets damaged coming out of the oven and going into the refrigerator. A few weeks ago, had lunch up here with Kenny Chesney, his grandmother, who flew in an airplane the first time. It's part of the Oprah Winfrey Show. We did ship 2 pies to Oprah. Wasn't easy. We charged her $500. But Kenny was pretty happy about it. We had to get special styrofoam boxes, dry ice, and some super duper insurance like you're insuring a fancy ring. Nonetheless, they arrived in Ohio to the Kenny Chesney fan, undamaged, amazingly, but I don't think we can send you a whole piece. But we're gonna go eat a piece right now. All right, now we're gonna have a piece of our key lime pie. Pie we've been making since 1993. Now the meringue is fragile. Now right down here, you can really taste the crust and the pudding of the pie. Now that's good. That's real good. We have the meringue. When we cut the pie, you actually have to use a hot, wet knife. I don't allow servers, waitstaff, to cut the pie. You have to use a sharp, hot, wet knife. Otherwise that meringue, it collapses. Now that's damn good. To say Blue Heaven, sin on a fork, excuse me, heaven on a fork, and sin in a glass. Goes well with a sweet sauterne, our key lime pie. You remember that for next time. I'm Richard Hatch at Blue Heaven. Thank you very much. And have a nice evening. Bye-bye.